Right. So in the yesterday class, okay, we were discussing. Just give the comment. Is audio video clear? Just give them a comment. Is audio video clear? Right. So in the yesterday class, we were discussing array of pointers to strings. Okay. So we have seen all that, right? I hope you enjoyed yesterday class. And next, right? So on the next, we'll move on to the next one. Multi-dimensional arrays on strings. Okay. Note down. Note down. Keep the heading multi-dimensional arrays on strings. So what is the meaning of this? So directly out the question. So no explanation needed because same thing what we discussed in the previous class. Character message 6 of 30. 630. Note down. So I'm initializing like this. Note down. Copy this question. ओके, कोई भी लक्ष्य बड़ा नहीं, जीता वही जो डरा नहीं, और हारा वही जो लड़ा नहीं. ओके, राइट. So note down. Printf percentage yes. S plus 3. So think carefully and directly give the answer, right? Yeah, good evening all of you. Right. So understand here, okay, just 1 minute. Two-dimensional array. Just listen to me carefully. Two-dimensional array. Visualize karo, visualize. Two-dimensional array. Array name without subscript will contain. Bolo, bolo. Two-dimensional array. Array name without subscript contains base address of the 0th one-dimensional array. Base address of what? 0th one-dimensional array. So if I say place 1, it will jump according to one array size. Is that clear? Right. So think carefully and answer. Think carefully and answer. No need to make any diagram or anything. Just make the rough work. So just make the rough work and directly give the answer. Just make the rough work and directly give the answer. Hey Ayusha, yes, yes, starting है. थोड़ा विजुअलाइज करके डायरेक्टली आंसर देना. विजुअलाइज करके डायरेक्टली आंसर देना. Prakrati, check your answers. Done. Just follow the same technique what we discussed in the class. Right. So time up guys. It will not take this much time. Right. So understand here. Okay, this is a 0th one-dimensional array, and this is the first one-dimensional array, and this is the second one-dimensional array. Okay, this is the third one. Okay, third one-dimensional array, and this is the fourth one, and this is the fifth one. Okay, right. So understand carefully. Now message, okay, this is the array name, 2D array. So message, okay, array name without subscript will contain base address of 0th one-dimensional array. Please understand here, array name without subscript will contain base address of what? 0th one-dimensional array. So this is the percentage s. Percentage s is expecting what? Base address. Okay, look at here, message plus 3. Message plus 3 means, message means pointing to 0th 1D array. Plus 1, okay, it is coming here. Plus 2, it is coming here. Plus 3 means, okay, it is coming here. Jo dara nahi. Is that clear? So this is, okay, the first one. So jo dara nahi. Is that clear? And second one is a percentile C. Okay, only character you have to print. message plus 2. Message plus 2 first. Tell me. Message means pointing to this 0th 1D array, plus 1 coming here, plus 2 coming here. So message plus 2 means, it is pointing to this one. Message plus 2 whole star means now it is pointing to element. See, message plus 2, it is pointing to this. If I apply star, now you are pointing to what? Element. You are pointing to element, and next you say plus 3. Look at here. You are pointing to element and you are saying plus 3 here. Plus 1 करे तो इधर, plus 2 करे तो इधर, plus 3 करे तो इधर. So plus 3 means it is now pointing to T here. And next you apply one more star, so it will give the value. So that is a T. So right answer is a small t here. And next message plus 4, simple. Okay, so message means pointing to this, plus 1 here, plus 2 here, and plus 3 here, and plus 4 here. So message plus 4 means it is pointing to this. And again you apply star. Star means you are pointing to element. So you are giving the base address of this element. You are giving the base address. So from that particular base address, it prints all the characters until the null character. So it doesn't matter. Percentage s is simply expecting base address. Percentage s is simply expecting base address. Whether it is a base address of the element or whether it is a base address of 0th 1D array, it doesn't matter. So element ka base address there hai. From this base address, it prints all the characters until the null character. So what is that? Okay, hara wahi. Is this clear for everyone? Is this clear for everyone? Same thing, right? So I think so that is how you need to solve the problem. So in case if anybody want to copy, you can copy that. So within 1 minute, okay, you can solve the problem with the proper visualization. I hope it is clear for everyone. Right. So most of you gave the right answer. So that is very good. Okay, right. Yeah, Shubhi Goel, just this is the only one you missed. Okay. Right. So Anshul, even if you are having space, that doesn't matter. Okay. Where is the space? There is no space. Okay. So note down the next. Write a program. Note down. Question. Okay, this is a question. Write a program to implement. Note down the next. Write a program to implement string copy function. Write a program to implement the string copy function. So just copy this, what I am trying to say. Okay, so just copy this. Gaurav Kumar, no. I'll teach 2 subjects for you, programming and data structures and operating system. Okay, right. Okay. So, okay, understand here, note down. I don't teach algorithm. Your friend is asking, sir, you will teach algorithm? No, I don't teach algorithm. Now, okay, string S1, okay, character S1, okay, S1 of 20, okay, it's a made easy, and character you are having S2 of 20, okay, S2 of 20, okay, character S2 of 20 is also there. So next, so I want to copy that, so I am just using my own function strcopy. So S1, okay, you need to copy to S2. Okay, this is the source string and this is the target string. Okay, strcopy. I just want to write my own function. I don't want to use any standard function. I want to write my own function. Okay, for the string copy. So just copy this. Okay, and next printf percentage s s2. So s2 is a target string. So I want to print. So once you complete the copying of the function. So strcopy character star c star t and character star s. So you need to write the code, okay, for this string copy function. So just copy that. Sir, you are the only one who speak Hindi. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Gaurav Kumar, I don't take algorithms. I teach only operating system and data structures, programming and data structures. Okay. So this is the code you need to write. So just listen what I'm trying to say. I think all of you copied this. Right. So write a program to implement string copy function. I want to implement my own string copy function. I want to implement my own string copy function. So void main character s1 of 20. You are having a string made easy here, and character s2 of 20. So strcopy s2 comma s1. So in this function I am calling your function string copy function, and I am passing what s1 and s2. What is this s1 and s2? Base address. Okay, array name without subscript will contain the base address. Already you know, array name without subscript will contain the base address. So this is the source string base address s1, that is going into this pointer variable, and this is the target string base address s2, it is going into, okay, this pointer variable. So I am just giving you the base address of both the strings. I'm just giving you the base address of both the strings, source string and the target string. Is that clear? So now I want, when you are passing, when you are passing the base address of the source string and target string, the basic thing is what? Basic thing, the receiver should be pointer variable. Is that clear? So अगर मैं आपको base address दे रहा हूं तो receiver क्या होना चाहिए? Okay, pointer variable होना चाहिए, because address can be stored only in the pointer variable. Address can be stored only in the pointer variable. Yes or no? Right? Okay, fine. So I am giving the, okay, base address, okay, of the source string, and I am giving the base address of the target string, and I want to copy your string made easy from s1 to what? S2. So this is the code you need to write. An important point, you should not use a string length function. You should not use string length function, and you should not calculate string length. स्ट्रिंग लेंथ को यूज नहीं करना है और स्ट्रिंग लेंथ का ओके कैलकुलेट भी नहीं करना है, एंड यू नीड टू कॉपी दिस एंटायर स्ट्रिंग वन लेटर, ओके, एवरीथिंग, एवरी लेटर including null character, you need to copy that from s1 to s2. Is that clear? So I want the best program, okay, to write. So I am just checking who is the best programmer in your class. Best program means what? Less number of variables, less number of loops, less number of conditions. Okay, so all that, less number of lines, everything should be less. Okay, so I want the best programmer. So check it out. Okay, strcopy. So I want to implement this function. I want to copy, okay, everything made easy, whatever is there, I want to copy from s1 to s2. तो इसमें समझाने का कुछ है नहीं, इजरली है, राइट। तो स्ट्रिंग को कॉपी करना है, मेरी जी जो है S1 से S2 में आना है, तो एवरीथिंग यू वांट टू कॉपी, एंड इफ आई प्रिंट S2 तो आपको प्रिंट होना चाहिए, मेरी जी प्रिंट होना चाहिए, दैट्स इट। सो आई थिंक एवरीवन अंडरस्टूड दिस। You need to write the program for this, and don't use the string length function, don't calculate string length function, and you need to copy everything including null character, you have to copy. So write the program, कैसे लिखते हैं देखते हैं। Who is the best programmer in the class? Wow, somebody is already written. There is the space between Mary Z? No, there is no space between Mary Z. To be goal, there is no space. There is a character star T and character star S is a string constant. No, they are not a string constant. They are just pointer variables. You are passing the base address. Receiver should be pointer variable. That's it. Yeah, Praveen Kumar, you are missing one important line. Okay, it means like you are missing one important thing to consider. You are missing one important point or important line, important statement. We'll go into infinite loop. Arey Harshit Garga, you should not intelligent fellow hai. Harshit Gar is simply calling a strcpy function. Huh? You are intelligent fellow man. You should not use that function. You are writing the code of that. Then how can you just pass that values here? I really don't understand. I think all of you understood the question, right? So question is having clarity. So there is no doubt in that. Okay. So it's okay, right? So you cannot take more than this much time. So almost time, 3-4 minutes time I gave. So let's try to understand here only one line. Okay, star t plus plus equal to star s plus plus. So only one line. So that's it. So we'll copy the entire string okay, from source string to target string. Okay, so just copy this. So many students are given the right answer. So just you also need to check. Okay, just check karo ki how it is going to work. Anyway, I'm going to explain that. Before I explain, Adrija, it will change only in the local variable. It will change in the local. Somebody writing Kundan Kumar, you are writing I less than 20. How do you know that length is 20? Okay, if I change that, then you change your program also. So this is the program you need to write. Okay, just copy and understand first before I explain. Understand how it is going to work. So this is your source string. and this is your target string. So let's say target string is also having some base address 200, 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, 206, 207, 208, 209, okay, 210. Okay, so like this, okay, you are having what till 219, okay, and the same thing, this is also having okay, like this till 119. So because size is 20, right? Okay, so understand here. So remaining all null. So everybody knows that. Now how you are going to, okay, work this? How this is going to work? Listen carefully. Listen carefully. In the S, okay, S is received what? Okay, S1. Okay, look at a source string base address. Okay, S is received what? S1 base address. S1 base address is coming into, okay, yes, source string base address, that is the 100. And next T is containing what? Target string base address, so that is the 200. Okay, right. So please understand, you are having while semicolon here. So झटका लगेगा तुमको, so पूरा समझने में, right? Yeah, S1 is the source string, right? And S2 is the target string. Okay, right. So now understand here, just listen here. So that is received into pointer variable S, and this is received into pointer variable T. Understand here first, okay, S1, what you are passing in the function? S1 base address. What is S1 base address? 100. Comma S2 base address. How much is S2 base address? 200. So this is what is passed. So this 100 is received into pointer variable S, and 200 received into pointer variable T. So look at here, this is the scenario. And what I am, okay, doing in this function, in the while semicolon, listen carefully. How this while semicolon is going to work? What is the meaning of while semicolon? All of you already studied. Okay, right? So, okay, all of you already studied while semicolon. While semicolon means if the condition is true, it will rotate in the while loop. If the condition is false, you come out of the while loop. Okay, if the condition is true, it will keep on rotating the while loop. If the condition is false, you come out of the while loop. Yes or no? That's what we studied, right? Okay. Now tell me, this is the assignment operator. Single equal to is there? Assignment operator. What is the meaning of assignment operator? Listen here. Assignment operator assigns the value and returns assigned value. Assignment operator assigns the value. First, assignment operator का पहला काम क्या है? पहला काम क्या है? Assigning the value. Assignment operator, the main primary job is what? Just assigning the value. Assignment operator assigns the value and returns assigned value. जो value assign किया उसको क्या करेगा? Return करेगा. Whatever the value it is assigned, it will simply return that value. Okay, so in that particular, okay, where in the loop or function or whatever. Is that clear? So that is the behavior of the assignment operator. I told about assignment operator in the first day class. Okay, this statement, okay, clearly written in your notes. Assignment operator assigns the value and returns assigned value. So this statement is there, okay, in your notes. In your notes, I think in the page number 4 or page number 5, you will find this statement. Okay, in the first class I told. Now first, now look at here, value at the location yes. This is a post increment. Yes को बाद में increment करना है. First you have to take what? Star yes. Okay, first you have to take the star yes, and yes will be incremented later and t will be incremented later because post increment. Now tell me star yes. Star yes means what? S is containing 100 and t is containing 200. Star yes, star 100. Value at the location 100. So tell me value at the location 100. Okay, what is that? Value at the location 100 means how much is that? Value at the location 100, that is m. So m means you are going to have the m ASCII value. Exactly, I told there is no ABCDs in the memory. There is no ABCD in the memory. It is all ASCII values. So understand here the, okay, look at here, value at the location s. Okay, s is containing 100. Value at the location 100, that will be assigned to what? Value at the location 200. Okay, value at the location 100 will be assigned to value at the location 200. Okay, so that is the, okay, m. Next, understand here. Next, afterwards, after assigning, what happens? Again you say s plus plus and t plus plus. Now remember, okay, first of all, assignment operator is assigning the value. Value at the location 100 will be assigned to value at the location 200. That is fine. Okay, m का ASCII value रहेगा, that is assigned. Assignment operator assigns the value, returns assigned value. What is the assigned value? M ASCII value. M ka ASCII value. So M ka ASCII value is a 0 or non-zero. Small m ASCII value is a 0 or non-zero. Non-zero. Non-zero means that is true. Non-zero means that is true. If it is true, okay, it will rotate in the while loop only. It will rotate in the while loop only. Yes or no? Right? So it will rotate in the while loop only. So now then what happens? Okay, it is true. It rotates in the while loop. Then s plus plus t plus plus. So this becomes 101 and this becomes 201. Right? Because it is pointing to what? 100. Okay, every element is having some 1 byte. So when you increment, that becomes 101. When you increment, this becomes 201. Right? Next, now you say again same value at the location 101 will be assigned to value at the location 201. Value at the location 101, it is a okay A, and that will be assigned to value at the location 201. Okay, here it is assigned. Now, okay, it will assign the value and returns assigned value. What is assigned value? A ka ASCII value. A ASCII value is what? Non-zero. Non-zero means what? True. If it is true, okay, it will continue in the while loop only. And again you say s plus plus 102. And again you say okay t plus plus 202. And next you continue same value at the location 202, that is D, and will be assigned to value at the location 102. Value at the location 102 will be assigned to value at the location 202. So look at here, what is that here? D. D ka ASCII value assign karoge, and D ka ASCII value. D ASCII value is what? Non-zero. Non-zero means what? True. True means it will rotate in the while loop, and again it becomes 103 and it becomes 203. So same thing, it will continue. It will copy all the characters one by one, and next E, okay, A, S, Y, whatever it is. Okay, so made okay easy. And afterwards, when it comes to null character, remember it will also copy the null character. It will also copy the null character. So when it is copying the null character, okay, after copying null character ASCII value is what? 0. Assignment operator assigns the value. So it means null character also it is going to copy and returns assigned value. So null character is assigned. Null character ASCII value is what? 0. So 0 means that is true or false. Okay, false. So false means okay, you simply come out of the while loop. Simply come out of the while loop. Sreyash Naresh is saying, sir, you found that on the 4th page only. How do you know? I know everything in your notes. How I know everything in your notes. What is there in your notes, in which page also I know. In your notes also I know in which page what is there. I told clearly 4th page this statement is there. Somebody 4th page, somebody 5th page. Check your notes. Intelligent fellows. You don't know, okay, in your notes. I know about your notes. Right. Because remember, that is not your notes, that is my notes. Okay, fine. So copy this. So when returns it, okay, when it is assigning the null character, so null character ASCII value is 0. So if it is 0 is assigned, so 0 will be returned in the while loop. And when you return 0 in the while loop, so 0 is what? False. So it is a false. So you come out of the while loop. Is that clear? So this is how you need to write the program. So just copy this. In case if anybody want to copy, you can copy this. Yeah, sir, only once null character is copied. Yes, sir. Okay, once null character is copied, the while loop becomes false. You come out of the while loop. And remember, once this array is initialized, remaining all will be null characters by default. That is taken care. Yes, Gaurav Kumar, yes, by default remaining all will be null. Remaining all that will copy the null. So that we don't need to worry. That is a by default C compiler is doing. Yes, Anu, yes, sir, you are right. It works. All non-zero is a true only, simple. All non-zero is a true, only 0 is a false. Very clearly I said, all non-zero is a true, 0 is a false. Right. So I am just removing this. If anybody want to copy, you can copy this. Yeah, Muhammad Akbar. Okay, it is not going to work. In between null is there. So obviously that is not considered. That is the end of the string, right? So the first null character it returns 0. So rest of the spaces will also be assigned null character. Yes, sir. Ravish. Rest of the cases that your program is not doing, the remaining things the compiler will take care. Because if the array is as initialized, the remaining all will be null character only. अगर बीच में नल है तो ऑब्वियसली बाकी वाला कॉपी नहीं होगा. कैसे भी अगर बीच में नल है तो प्रिंट करेंगे भी तो अभी प्रिंट नहीं कर सकते ना. बाद में नल रखने का क्या मतलब है. मैंने बीच में नल रखने का क्या मतलब है. बीच में नल रख रहा है तो इट मींस दैट इज एंड ऑफ द स्ट्रिंग ओनली. दैट इज एंड ऑफ द स्ट्रिंग ओनली ऑब्वियसली. राइट. Okay. So next, Karthik, who told you that? Yeah, Pritosh. Okay, fine. So Karthik, that is not a string constant. That's just a pointer variable. Okay. Right. So next, we'll move on to the next one. Typecasting. So keep the heading typecasting. What is the meaning of this? Just note down. Note down. In order to perform, note down one statement. So keep it as a note. In order to perform, in order to perform any operation between, in order to perform any operation between the variables, in order to perform any operation between the variables, the type of both should be same. The type of both the variables, you can write, the type of both the variables should be same. Repeat कर रहा हूं. In order to perform any operation, in order to perform any operation between the variables, the type of both should be same. Type of both should be same. Otherwise we need to perform typecasting. Otherwise we need to perform typecasting. Right. So just understand here, in order to perform okay, any operation between the two variables or any operation between the variables, the type of both should be what? Same. Okay. In case if the type is not same, okay, not same, then we need to perform what? Okay, we need to perform the typecasting. What is the meaning of typecasting? Just you will understand in 1 minute. Just listen here. So let's say you are having some simple variables like this. Okay, you are having integer I. Okay, look at here, character C and float F. Listen here, you are having some simple, okay, variables. So just copy this, write integer I, okay, character C and float F. Now tell me, so what is the how much okay size of this integer variable? Integer will take generally what? 2 bytes, and character will take generally what? 1 byte, and next float will take generally 4 bytes. Okay, in the typical turbo C. So integer is taking 2 bytes and character is taking 1 byte and float is taking what? Okay, 4 bytes. Now what is the meaning of this? Let us try to understand here. Just a simple example. Okay, if we write f is equal to I. Now just listen carefully what I am saying. Okay, f is equal to I. So if I assign this, sorry, f is equal to I. So it means I want to assign the integer value into what? Float. So generally integer is having how many bytes? Okay, 4 bytes. So integer having 2 bytes. Okay, it is having 2 bytes. Okay, like this. And the float is having how many bytes? Okay, 4 bytes. So it means what is the meaning of this? Okay, 2 bytes of data you are trying to assign that to what? 4 bytes. 2 bytes of data you are trying to assign it to what? Okay, 4 bytes. Is there any problem in the size? Is there any problem in the size? Okay, because integer is having only 2 bytes, and okay, float is having what? 4 bytes. So I'm trying to assign the 2 bytes of data, okay, into 4 bytes. So if you are assigning that, is there any problem in the size? No, there is no problem in the size. That is very much fine. There is no problem. But what is the problem? The problem is in the type. The problem is in the type. So type problem. Why the type is problem? Because in the C language there is a rule, fundamental rule. It is saying C language fundamental rule. It is saying that in order to perform any operation between the two variables, the type of both should be same. The type of both the variables should be same. Otherwise, you need to perform typecasting. That is a rule. Okay, you need to follow in the C language. Now, if you are trying to perform like this, okay, look at here, integer, okay, variable, data, whatever is there, you are assigning it to float. Actually, integer takes 2 bytes, okay, 2 bytes, and the float will take 4 bytes, okay, you are having 4 bytes like this. So, okay, 2 bytes of data, you are trying to assign in the 4 bytes. So, actually, is there any problem in the size? No, there is no problem in the size. Okay, now tell me, okay, there is no problem in the size, but what is the problem is in the type. So but remember, when you are performing this, okay, compiler is not giving any error. So please understand, a compiler is not giving an error, but compiler अंदर से सोचता है is trying to assign integer, okay, to the float variable. Integer is a different data type, float is a different data type. Why you is doing this nonsense work? Is that clear? Okay, of course there is no problem, right? Logically there is no problem. Because 2 bytes data you are trying to copy into 4 bytes. So logically, okay, there is no problem, but the rule is clearly saying that, okay, don't do that. But still you are doing this. In your program. Then the compiler क्या कर रहा है? अंदर से गाली दे रहा है. Is that clear? So इसका मतलब क्या है? ये what is this nonsense he is doing? Okay, right? So इसलिए compiler अंदर से गाली दे रहा है. तो इसका मतलब आपको error नहीं आएगा. अंदर वो सोच रहा है, अंदर error दे रहा है, अंदर गाली दे रहा है. So it means actually there is no error. And one more reason is, okay, compiler thinking, so no problem, उसको जो करना है करने दो, right? So 2 bytes data you want to assign in the 4 bytes, logically there is no problem. तो यूजर को क्यों परेशान करना है? So why to trouble the user? Okay, let him do whatever he want. Is that clear? Right? But remember, the rule is rule only. Is that clear? Rule is rule. So rule is saying the type should be same. So then what happens? The compiler internally will do the typecasting. Okay, f is, okay, it will be performed like this. Okay, like this the compiler is going to do this. Listen here. You are going to keep the bracket here and you write the float here. Okay, you are going to keep the bracket and you are going to write a, okay, float here. So this is called as, okay, if you write like this, so this is called as what? Typecasting to float. This is called as what? Typecasting to float. Now look at here. So will it give any error here? यहाँ पे अगर ऐसा करेंगे तो error आएगा? No error. Okay, no error. But compiler अंदर से गाली दे रहा है. There is no error here. नेक्स्ट, ओके, एरर तो नहीं आ रहा है मगर टाइप कैस्ट करना पड़ेगा. यस, टाइप कैस्ट तो करना ही पड़ेगा बिकॉज रूल इज रूल फॉर एवरीवन. ओके, सो द टाइप ऑफ बोथ शुड बी सेम, अदरवाइज यू हैव टू डू द टाइप कास्टिंग. सो दिस टाइप कास्टिंग, ओके, डेफिनेटली यू हैव टू परफॉर्म. बट रिमेंबर, टाइप कास्टिंग कौन कर रहा है? हु इज गोइंग टू डू दिस टाइप कास्टिंग? कंपाइलर ओनली विल डू द टाइप कास्टिंग. यूजर इज नॉट डूइंग दिस टाइप कास्टिंग. Okay, who will do this typecasting here? Compiler will do the, okay, typecasting. Is that clear? So just note down clearly. And this, who is going to do this? Okay, compiler will do the typecasting. Okay, who will do this typecasting? Compiler. And remember, this is called as implicit typecasting. okay, implicit typecasting. Okay, and sometimes it is also called as okay, some technical name is there. It is also called as coercion. Coercion, that is just a technical name. So who is going to do this? Compiler will do that. So okay, right. So this is called as what? Typecasting to float. So it means temporarily this variable is treated as what? Float. Temporarily this variable is treated as a float, and okay, anyway it will not give the error. So okay, you have to do the typecasting, but who will do this? Okay, compiler will do that. Okay, user को परेशान नहीं कर रहे, ज़्यादा तंग मत करो user. Okay, because user is already busy in developing the logic and writing the logic. So for small problem, okay, it is simply ignoring. So that doesn't matter. Isn't simply ignoring that problem. Isn't so user को ज़्यादा okay परेशान नहीं कर रहा है. So कौन करेगा ये सब? Okay, compiler will take care. Compiler will take care, and this is called as what? Implicit typecasting. Who will do this? Compiler. So error aayega? No error. Is that clear? Right. So copy all this. So this is the example 1. Now, is there any data loss? If you do this, any data loss? No, no data loss. Okay, so just note down. No data loss. Why no data loss? There is no problem. So 2 bytes data you are trying to copy in the 4 bytes. So comfortably you can copy. So there is no data loss. Right. So copy all this. Right. So next, if I do the next one, okay, next example is on here. If I do in the reverse manner, let's say I equal to F. So if you do like this. So if I do, okay, I equal to F, okay, F is having what? Okay, 4 bytes. So 4 bytes of data you are trying to assign in what? 2 bytes. So look at here. So you are having okay, 4 bytes of data, 4 bytes of data, and you are assigning it to what? 2 bytes. Please understand here. So next example is on here. Okay, if I do in the vice versa, let's say if I say I equal to F, so 4 bytes of data you are trying to assign into 2 bytes. So compiler सोचेगा, is there any problem of the size here? Yes, size problem is there. So 4 bytes of data, how you are going to assign into 2 bytes? Logically, there is a problem of what? Size. There is a problem of size. Yes or no? Right. So type is also a problem. Okay, size is also a problem. Right, type is also okay problem, because this is an integer, that is a float, and the rule is simply saying in order to perform any operation between the two variables, the type of both should be same. It is clearly saying the type of both should be same, but here the type is not same. Type is not same. So actually it should give you what? Error. Is that here? Generally it gives error, but some compilers, okay, it is still not giving the error. Okay, some compiler it will give error, some compiler it will not give error. But remember what happens? Definitely what happens? The data loss will happen. Data loss will happen. Okay, so actually the proper compiler definitely will gives error. So I am going, okay, writing here, okay, so that will give you error. So this will give you error, but compiler is saying इतना अच्छा बोला है कि दोनों टाइप सेम होना चाहिए. अगर टाइप सेम नहीं है तो okay, टाइप कास्टिंग करने को बोला है, but still he is doing this. Then okay, compiler will give the error. Okay, maybe in some compilers, okay, error may not come, but definitely what? Data loss will come. Only 2 bytes will be copied and the remaining 2 bytes, so this will be lost. So but remember, if you want to write this, if you want to write this without error, you want to do this, you can do that by doing what? Typecasting. Is that clear? So this is called as typecasting to integer. Typecasting to integer. Is that clear? So this is called as typecasting to integer. So it means temporarily it is treated as what? Integer. Temporarily it is treated as an integer. Okay, so this is called as typecasting to integer. So how you are going to do typecasting? Okay, उससे पहले bracket लगाओ, bracket में integer लिखो. Is that clear? So typecasting to integer means temporarily it is treated as what? Integer. So temporarily that is treated as an integer. So after typecasting, do you have error? No error. Is that clear? After typecasting there is no error. So it means if you are doing the typecasting means user knows that okay, is assigning the float variable in the integer. So float is actually having 4 bytes and integer having 2 bytes. So he knows that okay, he is doing that okay, actually the type is different and still doing okay. It means okay, if you are doing the typecasting, with the typecasting if you assign so then compiler will understand ये जानबूझ के कर रहा है, इसको सब पता है, इसलिए जानबूझ के कर रहा है, सब पता है. तो इट मींस ओके, ये जो करना चाह रहा है करने दो, इसलिए राइट, इनको करना चाह रहा है तो कंपाइलर सोचेगा ओके करने दो, नो प्रॉब्लम, इसलिए सो कंपाइलर फील्स दैट इफ यू रियली वांट टू डू दैट ओके, लेट हिम डू बिकॉज ही नोस एवरीथिंग, इसलिए सो विद द टाइपकास्टिंग you are assigning, it means you clearly know that what you are doing, so then compiler will not give any error. Okay, but remember definitely data loss hoga, yes, okay, definitely data loss will happen. The 2 bytes of data loss will happen. So 2 bytes of data will be lost because 4 bytes of data you are trying to copy in the 2 bytes. So definitely 2 bytes of data will be what? Lost. And next, if you are doing this typecasting, who has to do this? Okay, user. Okay, user should do the typecasting. User, okay, should do the typecasting. Is that clear? So next, okay, this is, if you write this, that is called as typecasting to integer. And okay, even if you are doing typecasting kare to bhi data loss will definitely happen because logically there is no possibility of assigning the 4 bytes data in the 2 bytes memory. So that is not possible. So data loss will happen, and who should do this? User should do the typecasting, and this is called as what? Explicit typecasting. This is called as what? Explicit typecasting. Is that clear? So without typecasting it should give error? Yes, it should give error. With typecasting will it give error? No error. Is that clear? So without typecasting also some compiler may not give error, but data loss to definitely hoga hi hoga. But this is called as what? Bad programming. If you are doing this without doing the typecasting, without doing typecasting अगर आप ऐसा लिख रहा है, so that is called as a bad programming. Is that clear? Right. So even if you do that with the help of typecasting, but still what happens? It is okay, good program only, but still what happens? Data loss will definitely happen. And who has to do this? User. And this is called as what? Explicit typecasting. Is that clear? Right. So copy this example. Praveen Kumar, data loss okay. What is that? I equal to float of I. There is no use of that. Don't confuse that. Okay, right? I equal to J. Where is J here? I'm not having any J here. Praveen Kumar, J कहाँ से आया? If you are giving I equal to I, then why typecasting required? Both are integer. Then why typecasting required, Praveen? Rahul, that doesn't matter. That depends on what. Okay, your friend is asking this lower 2 bytes are lost or upper 2 bytes are lost. So that depends on what. How the okay you are storing your data. There is a concept called little endian and big endian concept. I think you already studied in the CO, computer organization. So anyway, I will discuss that. You don't need to worry about that. So that depends on how data will be stored in the memory. Okay, fine. Copied? Right. Okay. So next, let's move on to the next one, typecasting in pointers. J as F typecast. No, even if you do typecasting, Praveen Kumar, I clearly wrote, even if you are doing the typecasting, data loss will definitely happen. Data loss will definitely happen. After typecasting also, data loss will definitely happen. How it is possible? How logically is it possible to store 4 bytes data in the 2 bytes? No. If you do typecasting, what happens? Error will not come. Praveen Kumar. एरर नहीं आएगा. वाई यू आर डूइंग टाइपकास्टिंग मींस एरर नहीं आएगा. एरर करने के बाद भी क्या होगा? डेटा लॉस तो पक्का होगा बिकॉज लॉजिकली इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. 4 बाइट्स डेटा यू कैन नॉट स्टोर इन 2 बाइट्स. इजरली सो टाइपकास्ट करने से क्या होगा? एरर नहीं आएगा. दैट्स इट. ओके, नो डाउट. So you are just having the integer array like this. You are having integer array, right? Praveen Kumar, समझ में आया बेटा? Praveen Kumar, is that clear for you? Right. So just note down the typecasting in the pointers. Okay, understand here. If you see the typecasting in the pointers, what is the meaning of this? Integer a of 10. You are having a simple, okay, the 10 integers array. So 300, 301, 302, and 303, and all that 309. Okay. So how that will be stored? Yeah, Rahul, yeah, that will be based on that. Yes, you are right. Understand here, the answers not just say, right. So now how these okay values will be stored in the memory, let us try to understand. First you find out 300 ka binary nikalo. 300 ka binary. So this is the decimal, right? So tell me what is the binary value of 300? Just find out what is the binary value of the 300. Okay, don't copy this. Don't copy this. मैं जो लिख रहा हूँ इसको copy मत करो. Don't copy this. आप लोग 300 का बाइनरी निकालो, बस इतना ही. थ्री हंड्रेड का बाइनरी निकालो. तो 300 का बाइनरी. ओके, सो सब लोग निकाले, राइट. So this is the 300 binary. So just listen here. So writing 0 0 0 0. Okay, 0 0 0 1. Okay, and the next is 0 0 1 0 1 1 0 0. Okay, right. Is the same? So this is the binary value of the 300. Okay. How 300 will be stored in the memory? Just listen here. You can copy this later. Okay, just wait 1 minute. 1 minute wait karo. This is the simple integer array. Understand this. 300 to 309 you are having. You are going to store 300, 301, 302, 303 and all that 309. And because it is an integer, let us say I am assuming integer will take 2 bytes. Okay, this is the binary value of the 300. Okay, so this is the 2 bytes you are having. This is the 2 bytes you are having. Now remember, understand here how 300 will be stored in the memory. How 300 will be stored in the memory is, so this is the binary value of the 300. You are having two things, little endian concept and big endian concept. In the little endian concept, what happens? You already studied in the computer organization. I think recently you completed this computer organization with the little endian concept. What it is saying here? Lower value bytes stored in the lower address, higher value bytes stored in the higher address. Okay. Now look at here, lower value bytes stored in the lower address, higher value bytes stored in the higher address. In the big endian concept, what it will do? Lower value bytes stored in the higher address, higher value bytes stored in the lower address. Okay. So anything you can follow when you are designing the computer organization or computer architecture. When you are designing, you choose you select which type you want to store. Is that clear? So generally, we follow little endian concept. Little endian concept in our computers. In our computers, we generally follow what? Little endian concept. You studied this in the computer organization already, right? So what is this little endian concept is saying? Lower value bytes stored in the lower address. Okay. Now look at here. 300 is having 2 bytes, 0th byte and first byte, and 301 is having 2 bytes, 0th byte and first byte. 302 you are having 2 bytes, 0th byte and first byte, and same thing for the remaining values. Just listen carefully. And the base address is starting with 100. So this is 0th byte address is 100. This first byte and address is 101, and 301 0th byte address is 102, and first byte address is 103. So every element is having what? 2 bytes of size. 2 bytes of size. Now we are following a little endian concept. Little endian concept. It means what? This is the lower value byte and this is the higher value byte. Okay, look at here. This is the lower value, that is the higher value. Why this is a lower value? Because if you convert this into binary to decimal, you multiply with this with the 2 power 0. Okay, you multiply with the 2 power 1. You multiply with the 2 power 2. You multiply with the 2 power 4. 2 power 3. Is that clear? Like this. So, next same thing. It will continue. Power will increase. So, this is the lower value byte and this is the higher value byte. I think this everybody knows. Somebody is having doubt. So why this is lower value? Obviously because you multiply with the 2 power 0. This is 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. Okay, this is a 2 power 4. Okay, next is this is 2 power 4. This is 2 power 5 and this is 2 power 6 and this is 2 power 7 and this is 2 power 8. 2 power 8 is what? 256. Okay, now look at it. So it's a higher value byte. So lower value byte stored in the lower address. Higher value bytes stored in the higher address. Is that clear? So if you follow the little endian concept, right? Okay. So I think that is clear for everyone, right? So how I am going to store? So this is the lower value byte. Lower value byte stored in the lower address. Lower value byte stored in the lower address. Higher value byte stored in the higher address. So now that will store here. So that is the 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. Right, higher value byte stored in the higher address. Okay, this is the lower address 100. This is the higher address 101. दिख रहा है ना 100 and 101. Higher value stored in the higher address 101. So the 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, so 300 will be stored in the memory in this manner. 300 will be stored in the memory in this manner. Lower value byte stored in the lower address. This is a lower value byte stored in the lower address, and the higher value byte stored in the higher address. Is this clear for everyone? Right. And next, same manner, 301. टेल मी हाउ 301 विल बी स्टोर्ड. 301 का बाइनरी क्या होगा? सो 0010, यहाँ पे क्या होगा? 1101 होगा, यहाँ पे 01 हो जाएगा 301, एंड दिस विल रिमेन सेम. सो 0000001. 302 का बाइनरी सेम 0010 11, ओके 10 हो जाएगा. So this is the okay 01 here 01. So here it becomes 10, right? 302 का बाइनरी, 302 का बाइनरी. So 0000001. Okay. Now the same thing will continue, okay, with the remaining elements also, right? So I am simply storing the elements, okay, array elements, okay, in the binary format. Is this clear for everyone? ये वाला समझ में आया? इसमें डाउट है तो बता दो. ओके, नाउ समबडी थिंकिंग सर लोअर वैल्यू बाइट स्टोर्ड इन द लोअर एड्रेस, हायर वैल्यू बाइट स्टोर्ड इन द हायर एड्रेस. लुक एट हियर. Then how, when you are reading that, when you are printing that, same manner you take, okay, when you are printing, you take lower value byte stored in the lower address value stored in the lower value, higher address value stored in the higher value. Is that clear? So same manner you retrieve. It's just like what, like encryption and decryption. The whatever the way you are storing, in the same way you are going to retrieve what is there in that. Is that clear? So somebody thinking सर इधर का वैल्यू इधर हो गया, इधर का वैल्यू इधर हो गया, प्रिंटिंग करते समय में डाउट होगा. प्रिंटिंग करते समय में क्यों डाउट होगा? अगर आप इसको प्रिंट कर रहे हैं a of 0, this is a of 0, right? This a of 1, a of 2. So a of 0 को प्रिंट कर रहा है. So this side value you take, place it here. This side value you take, place it here. Now you print. Okay, इसको प्रिंट करोगे. You convert this binary to decimal and you print. Is that clear? So there is no confusion. So जैसा आप स्टोर कर रहे हैं, okay, ऐसा ही आप रिट्रीव करोगे. Is that clear? So copy करो, copy this. I think this is not required. Okay, if you want, you can copy this also. Okay, so lower value byte. अगर किसी को डाउट है तो इसमें डाउट है तो बता दो. अभी इसमें डाउट है तो बताओ. Lower value byte storing in the lower address, higher value byte stored in the higher address. So I am just representing how this array will be stored. So just copy करो अच्छे से, इसको अच्छे से copy करो, बहुत अच्छे से copy करो. Copy करने के बाद then I will explain the actual concept next. Actual concept will start after this. Okay, so copy this carefully. If you have any doubt in this, you can ask me. I think there should not be no doubt, because whatever the doubts you are going to get, I explained everything. मुझे पता है तुम्हारा क्या डाउट होता है, मैं सब बता दिया. कॉपी करने के बाद मैसेज करो. Who is this, sir? Explain again. Explain again what? What is your doubt? You came late. Yeah, Akbar, I think it is completed, beta. CO is already completed for you, right? CO is already done. Completed, I think. CO is already completed for you. Your name is not displaying. Briefly revise. Yeah. So remember, I am just storing the elements. Okay. Nothing I am doing here. यहाँ पे कुछ किया ही नहीं है मैं. Okay. मैं ये बता रहा हूँ आपको 300, 301, 302 अगर ऐसा अरे डिक्लेयर किया, अगर वो मेमोरी में स्टोर होता है तो कैसे स्टोर होगा, इतना ही बताया. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू दैट हाउ दिस एलिमेंट्स विल बी स्टोर्ड इन द मेमोरी इन द बाइनरी फॉर्मेट. इन द बाइनरी फॉर्मेट. दैट्स इट. Oh, Akbar, CO is not completed for you? Oh, I think it is completed. CO is completed, right? Okay, I think some new batch students also there. Okay, fine. Okay, okay. Right. Yeah, okay, okay. कुछ लोगों को नहीं हुआ है. Okay, I think those who joined late. Yeah. Okay. कॉपी करने के बाद मैसेज करो, जल्दी जल्दी कॉपी करो. Come on, come on. हटा दूं? I'll just remove this one. कॉपी करने के बाद मैसेज करो. Okay, you will confuse otherwise. Okay, you write properly. This is a LV मतलब क्या है? Lower value. Afterwards you will confuse. This is a higher value. This is a higher address. Okay, now tell me why it is higher address? Because this is 100, this is 101. This is higher value, higher address. This is a lower address. Okay, right. So same manner, remaining 300, 301, 302 also stored. Right. So copied. Yeah. Thank you, Akbar. देखते. Right. हो गया सबका. कॉपी करने के बाद मैसेज करते जाओ. Okay. So I'm just removing this. So I don't want this. So I'm just removing. Okay. Okay. So next. Now, okay. So don't copy the remaining things. Next, what I'm going to write. So just listen carefully. Next, int star b equal to a. So just listen carefully what I am saying here. Okay, don't copy anything. Don't copy anything. Okay, don't copy anything. Later you can copy. Later you can copy. So don't copy. Just listen only. Just listen only. Okay. So I've taken the 4 things. This is very interesting. Okay, this is very interesting. And afterwards, okay, you are going to solve the question. Is that clear? Everything follows a question. So just listen carefully. Okay, right. So don't copy anything. Okay, so don't copy anything. Just listen carefully. Listen carefully. So this is very important and also interesting. So listen carefully. What is the heading here? Typecasting in the pointers. Typecasting in the pointers. Now understand what is the rule here. Okay, rule said very clearly. Rule said very clearly, right? Why typecasting is required? C language is clearly saying. C language clearly saying. In order to perform any operation between the two variables, the type of both should be same. Type of both should be same. Otherwise, you should do the typecasting. Otherwise, you should do the typecasting. Is that clear? Right. So come back to this. Okay, int star b equal to a. Now tell me what is a here. A means what? A means what? Tell me clearly. A means what? Just listen carefully. Listen carefully. A means what? Array name without subscript. Array name without subscript will contain what? Base address. Base address of the 0th element. Base address of the 0th element. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. इतना पूरा डिटेल में पढ़े. So array name without subscript. A means what? Array name without subscript will contain base address of the 0th element. Okay, fine. Next, listen carefully. Now listen carefully what I am saying. Don't copy anything. Don't copy anything. Later you will copy. Later you will copy and afterwards you solve the question. Is that clear? Right. So पहले सुनो अच्छे से, पूरा ध्यान रखो. Maintain proper concentration. Understand everything what I am saying. Okay, right. So listen carefully. Now just read this. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Int star b. What do you read? What do you read? B is a pointer variable. B is a pointer variable of type integer. B is a pointer variable of type integer where we can store address of any integer. So your B is saying that okay, I am the pointer variable. B is saying that I am the pointer variable of type integer. I am the pointer variable of type integer, and you can store address of any what? Integer. It is saying that you can store address of any integer. Okay. Now we are storing okay, look at here. So we are storing a address of a integer only. What is this A here? A will contain the base address of the 0th element. Base address of the 0th element. So it is pointing to this one. Okay, 300 को point करे. This is the 0th element. So this is the okay, your A of 0. This is A of 1. So this is A of 2. So next like this. So this is A of 9. Is that clear? So 0 to 9. A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3 like this. Okay, you are having A of 9. Is that clear? So look at here, you are having so A is containing what? Base address of the 0th element. So this is the 0th element. 300 is the 0th element. So it is containing the base address, and 300 is what? Integer only. So this is expecting integer address, and we are also giving integer address. Now tell me, is there any problem of the type? Is there any problem in the type here? No, there is no problem in the type because that is expecting integer address and you are also giving integer address. वो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है कि मेरे अंदर कोई भी इंटीजर का एड्रेस डालो, अपन दे रहे हैं इंटीजर का ही एड्रेस दे रहे हैं, तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, राइट? सो देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम ऑफ द टाइप. नाउ टेल मी, इज देयर एनी प्रॉब्लम इन द साइज? ओके, साइज. लुक एट हियर, A is containing what? A is containing the base address of the 0th element. A is containing the base address. Address means how many bytes? Okay, 4 bytes. Address means how many bytes? 4 bytes. So here pointer B, pointer means how many bytes? Okay, 4 bytes only. Right? So this is also having 4 byte size and this is also having 4 byte size. So generally somebody will confuse here. Sir, okay, A means, what is the size of A means like 4 bytes? Because A is containing the address only. If you printf ये करते क्या print होगा? Printf ये करे तो base address of the 0th element. Okay, what is that? Address will be 100. Address size I assumed 4 bytes. अपना क्लास में मैंने क्या assume किया? Address size 4 bytes. So now understand here. So this pointer variable means how much size? 4 bytes. Address means how many bytes? 4 bytes. So this is also having 4 bytes. This is also having 4 bytes. So now tell me, if I write like this, is there any problem of the type? No, no problem of the type, because that is expecting integer address. You are giving integer address. There is no problem of type. Is there any problem of the size? No, no problem of the size. Okay, right? So I am writing here. Okay, no type problem. Okay, there is no type problem. No type problem and no okay size problem. Okay, there is no size problem. Is that clear? Right. So size problem also there. Okay, not there. Size problem also not there. So type क्या problem नहीं है. Okay, size का भी problem नहीं है. Is that clear? Now, will it give error? Okay, no error. Okay, will it give error? No error. So typecasting required? Okay, no. Typecasting not required. Is that clear? So typecasting not required. Typecasting not required. Okay, so write properly. Typecasting not required. So because the type of both should be what? Same only. So no typecasting required here. Is that clear? Now come back to this. Written very clearly. So no type problem, no size problem, and no error. So if you write like this, will error come? No error. So typecasting required, typecasting not required. Why? Because the type is both are same. Right? Next. Now understand, come back to this. Character star C equal to A. Now remember, if I write this, पहले सुनो अच्छे से, don't copy anything, पहले सुनो अच्छे से. Okay, character star C equal to A. Now tell me, पढ़ो इसको क्या पढ़ते हैं? Okay, read this. Character star C. Character star C. Okay, what is the meaning of that? C is the pointer variable. C is a pointer variable of type character where we can store. C is a pointer variable. C is a pointer variable of type character where we can store address of any character. Where we can store address of any character. So it is saying that, okay, what is C saying? C is saying that I am the pointer variable of type character. I am the pointer variable of type character. You can store address of any character. So my pointer variable किस type का? Character का. आप कोई भी character का address डालो, मैं ले लूँगा. It is saying that you can, okay, give me, you can assign any character where for address I will take, because I am the type of pointer. Which type of pointer? Character type pointer. I am the pointer variable of type character. So, okay, in case if you want to assign any address, so please assign address of any character, address of any character. That is a declaration of that. So it is saying that, okay, you assign address of any character. So I will take, but remember, but you are assigning which type address? Address of integer. What is your A? A is containing the base address of the 0th element. A is containing, okay, one dimensional array. Array name without subscript contains base address of the 0th element. What is this 0th element? Integer. Declaration dekho, integer. So it is expecting character address and you are giving what? Integer address. Now the type problem is there. Yes, type problem is there. Okay, you declare it as a character pointer. Then you have to assign which address? You have to assign the character address. But you are assigning which address? Integer address. You are assigning which address? Integer address. Okay, now tell me, is there any type problem here? Yes, type problem is there. Type problem is there. And next, now is there any size problem here? Is there any size problem here? No, there is no size problem because this is also 4 bytes. This is also 4 bytes because pointer means 4 bytes. Pointer means 4 bytes. So A is containing address. Address means what? 4 bytes. So this is also 4 bytes. This is also 4 bytes. So there is no problem in the size. Pointer means 4 bytes only. Here is the address. Address means 4 bytes only. There is no problem in the size. But what is the problem? Problem in the type. Problem in the type. So please understand here. So okay. Type problem. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. I am writing here. Yes, sir. Okay. So type problem. Okay. Type problem is there. And next, sir, no size problem. Okay. No size problem. Okay. Right. Next, sir. No error or error? Yes, sir. Error. Error will come. Okay. Error will come. So typecasting required or not required? Typecasting required. So typecasting required. So please understand, typecasting required. Okay, so how you are going to do the typecasting here? Typecasting kaise karoge? Character star C, okay, equal to character star, okay, A. So this is how you are going to do the typecasting. Listen here, character star C equal to character star. Character star means what? You are typecasting to character pointer. So this means, okay, typecasting, okay, typecasting to character pointer. Okay, typecasting to character pointer. So when you typecast into character pointer, so now this is treated as what? Temporarily treated as what? Character address. Now the compiler will understand that, okay, it is temporarily, it is assuming it as what? Okay, now temporarily will treat as what? Okay, character address. So because typecast kiya hai, typecast kiya hai, तो temporarily isko kya mano? Okay, character address mano. So it is going to understand that, okay, temporarily it is a character address. Now after typecasting, will it give error? No error. Okay, so look at here. So no error after typecasting. Okay, no error after typecasting. Listen carefully. I am repeating here. Yes, sir. Type problem is there. Type problem is there. Yes, sir. Okay, type problem is there. Yes, sir. Type problem. Yes, sir. Type problem. Okay, no size problem. Is that clear? Size problem kuch bhi nahi hai. No size problem. Is that clear? Right. So next, error will come. Yes, sir. If you write this, error will come. So typecasting required. Yes, typecasting required. Why? Because the type is different. How you are going to do typecasting? Typecasting kaise karoge? How you are going to do typecasting? Look at here. So character star C equal to character star. Okay, in the bracket. You need to write the bracket here and you need to write character star. If I write like that, that is called as what? Typecasting to character pointer. When you typecast into character pointer, so that is temporarily treated as what? Temporarily it is treated as what? Character address. Okay, after typecasting error will come? No error after typecasting. Is that clear? Right. So next, come back to this next point. Now come back to this float star F equal to address. Okay, A. Sorry, you are writing A. Now tell me what is the meaning of this. Okay, right. Right. Integer address size should be 2 bytes. Anu, I told you integer address size should be 2 bytes. Who told you? Address means 4 bytes only. You forgot. You forgot. Address means 4 bytes. Whether it's any type of variable. I told that already. Right. So float star F equal to A. Now tell me float star F. If I write this, float star F, if I write this, what is the meaning of this? पढ़ो इसको क्या पढ़ते? f is a pointer variable of type float, okay, where you can store address of any float variable. So f is saying that I am the pointer variable. F is saying I am the pointer variable of type float. Okay, you can store address of any float variable. You can store address of any float variable. But remember what you are doing here, you are storing address of which variable? Integer variable. So it is expecting float variable address, but you are giving integer address. It is expecting float variable address, but you are giving what? Integer address. So there's a type problem. Yes. Okay, look at here. So yes. Okay, type problem. Okay, you are having the type problem. Next, size problem is there? No size problem. Is earlier same thing. No size problem. So A means what? That is the address only. Address contains okay 4 bytes. F is a pointer. Is maybe you store the address. So this is also 4 bytes. No size problem. Is earlier. And error will come? Yes, definitely error will come. So error will come. Okay, error will come. And next, typecasting required? Yes, typecasting required. Okay, if you do this, so what is required? Typecasting required. So how you are going to do the typecasting? So you'll do like this. So float star f equal to, okay, float star, okay, a. Is that clear? So this is how you are going to do. Okay, so a के पहले क्या करना है? Okay, bracket में लिखना है. In the bracket you have to write a float star. So if you write like this, what happens? Okay, if you write like this, what happens? Look at here, what happens? Okay, so this is the typecasting. This is called as what? Typecasting to float pointer. This is called as a typecasting to float pointer. So it means what? Temporarily now that is treated as what? Okay, float address. So मतलब आप बोल रहे हैं कि कंपाइलर को बोल रहे हैं कि आप थोड़ी देर के लिए इसको float address मान लो, float address मान के चलाओ, बस हो गया. एरर मत दो बेटा, राइट? टेंशन मत लो, हमको ये काम करना है, हमको ये काम करना है, ऐसा मैं करना चाह रहा हूं, मुझे पता है टाइप का प्रॉब्लम है, और तुम चाहते हो कि टाइप दोनों का सेम हो, तुम चाहते हो कि दोनों का टाइप सेम हो, मगर फिर भी मैं टाइप अलग है फिर भी कर रहा हूं. ओके, तुमको परेशान नहीं करने के लिए मैं क्या कर रहा हूं? टाइप कास्टिंग कर रहा हूं. इजरली है, तो मैं तुमको परेशान नहीं करने के लिए टाइप कास्ट कर रहा हूं. तो कंपाइलर सोचेगा ठीक है तुमने टाइप कास्ट कर लिया, टाइप कास्ट कर लिया तो मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. इजरली है, सो मैं थोड़ी देर के लिए उसको ओके फ्लोट एड्रेस मानूंगा, चलो ठीक है मान लूंगा. इजरली है, दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट. सो टेम्पररली इट इज ट्रीटिंग एज व्हाट? Float variable address. Is that clear? So now after typecasting, do you have any error? Right, no error. Okay, no error after typecasting. Okay, no error after typecasting. Is that clear? Right. So now understand here. So that is a simple thing. Next, now come back to this. Okay, void star e equal to a. Now what is the meaning of this? So this is called as a void pointer. Listen here. What is this saying here? क्या पढ़ते हैं इसको पढ़ो पहले. Void star e. So e is the, listen carefully, e is the pointer variable. E is a pointer variable of type void. E is a pointer variable of type void. Okay, where we can store address of any type of variable. Any type of variable. Okay, okay. E is saying that. Okay, what E is saying here? Last one. E is saying that I am the pointer variable of type void. I am the pointer variable of type void. Okay, where you can store address of what? Any type of variable. Where you can store address of what? Any type of variable. वो बोला है कि you can store address of any type of variable. No problem, I will take. आप किसी भी का okay address डालो, मैं ले लूंगा. Because the type itself is void. Okay, so now tell me. So do you have any type problem? So no type problem. Is that clear? So it is clearly saying that I am the pointer variable of type void. आप किसी का भी एड्रेस दे दो मैं ले लूंगा. तो अपन ओके void का ओके void means ओके इट इज सेइंग दैट किसी का भी एड्रेस दे दो मैं ले लूंगा. अपन इंटीजर का एड्रेस दिया तो दैट इज फाइन, नो प्रॉब्लम. सो नो टाइप प्रॉब्लम हियर. ओके राइट. सो नो साइज प्रॉब्लम. यस देयर इज नो साइज प्रॉब्लम. ओके नो साइज प्रॉब्लम बिकॉज बोथ आर 4 bytes. ओके फाइन. नेक्स्ट, नाउ विल इट गिव यू एरर हियर? सो नो एरर. ओके नो एरर. एंड द नेक्स्ट, typecasting required here. Okay, no typecasting required. Okay, now remember, okay, no error. First remember, understand here, no error. So just write this one. Okay, right? Just okay, no error. So because no typecasting required, okay, no error will come. Is that clear? No error will come. Is that clear? Right. So now next, let's try to understand the next important point. Right? Now listen here. So who has to do this typecasting here? Now in this, listen carefully. In the 4 things. in the 4 places. In the 4 places, in the 2 places, no typecasting required. Why? In the 4 places, okay, here typecasting not required. Why? Because this is also expecting integer address, you are giving integer address. So no typecasting required. So no typecasting required. Typecasting not required. And next, okay, here the no type problem. So typecasting not required. Why? Because listen here, it is expecting void, address of void. Void means what? Any type of variable address. Is that here? So here typecasting not required. Here also typecasting not required. So here typecasting required. Why? Because that is expecting character address and you are giving integer address. So who has to do this typecasting? Okay, obviously user has to do this. Who has to do this typecasting? User has to do this. And next, in the float, okay, typecasting required here. Why? Because that is expecting float address and you are giving integer address. So obviously the typecasting required. And who will do this typecasting here? User will do the typecasting. Obviously user has to do. Is that here? So here typecasting not required. Now see the next interesting point. Next interesting point. Listen carefully. Right? So understand here. Next, okay, next interesting point. In the pointers, okay, I told you the important point. If you see the pointers notes, go to your pointers notes. Pointers का heading पे जाओ. First point. First pointers का heading पे जाओ. Pointers. First class of pointers. First class of the pointers. Just read point number 4. First class of the pointers. Pointers का first class notes पे जाओ. Pointers. Read the point number 4. Pointers ka first class of the pointers. Read the point number 4. What is written? What is there in the point number 4? Pointer variable can dereference access number of bytes depending on its data type. मिला है. Pointer variable can dereference. It means access number of bytes depending on its data type. Okay, it said integer pointer can access. Integer pointer can dereference. Integer pointer can dereference access 2 bytes. And next, character pointer can dereference access. Dereference matlab access only 1 byte. And remember next, float pointer can access how many bytes? Okay, 4 bytes. Is that clear? Now remember the next point is interesting. Next point is interesting. Listen here. Okay, if I say printf star b, listen carefully. If I say printf star b, listen here. Okay, now look at here. B is pointing to what? Okay, B is pointing to what? B is containing address of A ka address. So it means it is pointing to what? All are pointing to this 0th element. So B is pointing to this. Okay, C is also pointing to this. Okay, F is also pointing to this. Okay, and next, okay, next what is this? Okay, E is also pointing to what? This only. Is that clear? So all are pointing to this only, right? A, right? Listen carefully. So B is containing, okay, A, right? A means what? 0th element address. It is pointing to this. C is pointing to this. F is pointing to this. And E is pointing to this. That is very clear. Now if I say printf star B, value at the location B. So B is containing address of A. Okay, B ke under A. So value at the location B means what? B is containing 100. So printf star B means what is B here? B is an integer pointer. Now tell me, it will print how many bytes of data? Okay, it will print 2 bytes of data. It will print 2 bytes of data. Now see this interesting thing here. See this interesting here. Very, very interesting. See this very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Listen carefully. All are pointing to 100 only. Listen carefully. Don't confuse them. Right? All are pointing to 100 only. So see this very, very interesting point. Listen here. If I say printf star C. Now tell me, what is C here? C is a character pointer. Please understand. Don't confuse. Okay, so I write it here clearly. All are, because it is containing 100. Okay, A means 100. It is pointing to this. Okay, it is pointing to this. Now see this here. Interesting thing. Printf star C means C is what? Character pointer. Character pointer is having the capacity. Character pointer is having the capacity to access how many bytes? Only 1 byte. So this will print only 1 byte. So if I say, okay, character star C, it will print only 1 byte. 1 byte means what? Only this value it will print. Only this value. Only this value it will print. If you say character star B, so total 2 bytes value it will print. 2 bytes value. So what is that here? 300 it will print. Now next, if I say, listen carefully, see interesting thing, printf star F, because it is a float pointer. Float pointer is having the capacity. Float pointer is having the capacity to access how many bytes? 4 bytes. Okay, float pointer is having the capacity to access how many bytes? 4 bytes. So when you are printing this printf star F, so total 4 bytes data it will print. 4 bytes data it will print. So what is the value? Don't worry about that value. Total 4 bytes it will print. Okay, okay, right. So 4 bytes data it will print. And next, if you say here, listen carefully, printf star E, printf star E. Now look at here, printf star E means E is a which type of pointer here? Void. So assign करते समय में तो error नहीं दिया. Okay, assign करते समय में error तो नहीं दिया because he said that okay, any type variable address is fine. But when you are printing print star E, okay, void pointer does not know how many bytes it should access. वाइड पॉइंटर को पता ही नहीं है ओके कितने बाइट्स एक्सेस करना है. इंटीजर पॉइंटर इज हैविंग क्लैरिटी, इट शुड एक्सेस ओनली 2 bytes. कैरेक्टर पॉइंटर इज हैविंग क्लैरिटी, इट शुड एक्सेस ओनली 1 byte, 1 byte of data. And float pointer is having a clarity, it should access only 4 bytes of data. But void pointer is not having clarity. Okay, so बेचारा क्या करेगा? Error. Okay, so वो रोने लगेगा, उसको पता ही नहीं है कि कितने bytes एक्सेस करना है. So that will give you what? Error. And next see the interesting thing coming here. If I say b plus 1, okay, b is a pointer. Please listen here, it is an integer pointer. B is an integer pointer. If I say b plus 1, b is an integer pointer. It is pointing to 2 bytes. B is an integer pointer. It is pointing to total 2 bytes. If I say b plus 1, because it is an integer pointer, it will jump how many bytes? 2 bytes. So that will jump to 102. It will jump to 102. Now this here, if I say c plus 1, C is also pointing to 100. But remember, it is a character pointer. It will jump how many bytes? Only 1 byte. Okay, it will jump only 1 byte. So it will jump to 101. It will jump to 101. Now here, if I say f plus 1, see this interesting? F plus 1. So it's a float pointer. It is also pointing to 100. But float pointer know that it should jump how many bytes? 4 bytes. So that will jump to what? 104. If I say f plus 1, it will jump to what? 104. And next, here, if I say e plus 1, how many bytes it will jump? Okay, same thing. Okay, your void pointer does not know how many bytes it should jump. Okay, void pointer को पता नहीं है कि कितने bytes jump करना है, clarity नहीं है, तो क्या करेगा? रोने लगेगा. So बेचारा रोने लगेगा, तो इसका मतलब that will give you what? Error. That will give you error. So this is the meaning of typecasting here. Is that clear? So this is the okay meaning of the typecasting in the pointers. Okay, by doing the typecasting in the pointers, what you have done? किया क्या है तुमने? What we have done? We can increase the okay accessing capacity. Look at here. इसका मतलब किसी का power बढ़ा सकते, किसी का power कम कर सकते. Is that clear? Look at here. What I have done? Okay, in the integer pointer, you assign integer address. It will dereference only 2 bytes. It will jump only 2 bytes. That is fine. But remember, in the character pointer, I am storing integer address. By doing the typecasting, if I access, how many bytes it will print? Only 1 byte. So typecasting करके, okay, integer address डाला है character pointer में, इसका power को क्या किया? कम कर दिया. इसका power को क्या किया? कम कर दिया. Because it will access only 1 byte. यहाँ पे क्या किया? Okay, integer का address को float pointer में डाल के, integer address I am assigning the float pointer. By doing typecasting, I am increasing the power. So now it can access how many bytes? Total 4 bytes. If you say printf star f, it will print all the 4 bytes of data. So here I am decreasing the power. मतलब capacity to access number of bytes. Power मतलब क्या है? Power means capacity to access number of bytes. So here, okay, I am increasing the power, capacity to access number of bytes. So here it is increasing 4 bytes and here it is increasing what? Only 1 byte. But here, okay, it doesn't know how many bytes it has to do reference. It will give you error. Is that clear? So this is the, okay, concept of the typecasting. Is that clear? So copy everything carefully. Okay, this one, and this one. Everything you copy carefully. So I'll just remove this. So this is now not required. So you understood. side. Okay, so fine. Copy karo, copy this. Yeah, Firoz, you will understand that later. Don't worry. Yatin Singh, all pointer variables are 4 bytes. That is different and this is different. Why you are confusing? I don't understand. What is this? Yatin Singh, ये pointer variable takes 4 bytes of size. Okay, उसको store करने के लिए size. This okay, store करने के लिए size. That is a 4 bytes. This is also 4 bytes. Size, okay, इसका size is different. इसका size, इसके लिए कितना memory allocate करना पड़ेगा, ये pointer variable के लिए कितना memory allocate करना पड़ेगा, that is different. This is a 4 bytes, this is also 4 bytes, this is also 4 bytes, this is also 4 bytes. But what is this one here? 1 byte, 4 bytes. This is how much data you access, okay, through the pointer. Because character pointer can access only 1 byte of data. That is different. That point is different. This point is different. Why you are confusing? दोनों अलग अलग बात है. यतिन सिंह. Okay, Gaurav Kumar, exactly what value is printed, that is not required. You just need to understand only 4 bytes, it will dereference, or 1 byte, or 2 bytes. 2 bytes of data means exactly 300 will come, right? So in the character से print कर रहा है, only 1 byte means that first 100 का place में 100 का 0th byte में क्या है, okay, वो value okay print होगा. Firoz, just wait beta, I'll tell you about how void can be used practically. We'll discuss that next. Next is void pointers only, we'll discuss. Manvi Mittal, size problem is not there, but the type problem is there. Type problem is also, user should only do that. Okay, just go to the pointers. Pointers ka 4th point pado, you can understand all that. Pointer variable can dereference number of bytes depending on its data type. So integer pointer can access only 2 bytes. I clearly said. Pointers ka andar jao. Shubhi Goel, here there is a data loss is there obviously, because you are assigning integer pointer in the integer address in the character, it will print only 1 byte. So data loss is there. So that is okay. One small doubt we have been using. Biplab, that is a meaningless operation. Biplab, that is a meaningless operation. Some compiler may give error, some compiler may not give error, but that is not, that should not be done. Mohammad Akhtar sir, why did you take 4 bytes of more bytes of size array? No, 4 bytes in the sense size, AMA. It is not about, okay, I am not talking about the data. A is containing address. A is containing address. That is the 4 bytes. Mohammad Akbar, समझ में आया बेटा? And what is this? Shubhi Goel, I answered your doubt. Okay, so what will happen if you write int star a? What is that? What will happen? करके देखो. श्रेयस नरेश, तुमको जो करना चाह रहा है करके देखो, तुमको मालूम हो जाएगा. मुझे पता नहीं है ये क्या लिखा है तुमने. वाइड इंट स्टार ए, क्या तुम जो चाहे वो करना चाहे तो करके देखो. सी कंपाइलर इंस्टॉल करो, टर्बो सी, जो करना है वो करो. राइट, तो दैट इज इनवैलिड बेटा. शेष नरेश इनवैलिड, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते। ओके सो ये क्या है, एक अंश पॉइंटर टाइप कैशिंग देयर इज देयर विल नेवर बी ए साइज प्रॉब्लम। यस सर, एक अंश, यस सर, यू आर राइट बेटा। In the pointer type casting, there will be never be a size problem. Excellent. This is one of the important point he said. Yes, there is no size problem. Kavita Yadav. Double pointer can access 8 bytes. Who told you that? Even if it's a double pointer, the size is only 4 bytes. And you are saying, but it can access 8 bytes. Who told you that? I did not say that. Double pointer will access 8 bytes. कौन बोला है तुमको? मैंने नहीं बोला है, तुम अपने आप समझ रहे हो। To be Goel, just wait. You are always having hurry. Wide pointer I will explain in detail. Just copy करो. Okay, so fine now. Kavita Yadav, I said double pointer can dereference up to 2 levels. Double pointer can access up to 2 levels. I did not say it will access 8 bytes. कौन बोला है तुमको? Okay. Shubhulen, the typecasting required for wide. Yes, sir. I will discuss about the wide pointer. Don't worry about that. छोड़ दो. Yes, assumption address of A is a 4 bytes. Yes, sir. Mohammad Akhtar, yes. Akbar, yes, beta. This is the assumption that address of A is a 4 bytes. Yes, address means 4 bytes, I told. To be Goel, don't ask any doubt about wide pointer. I will discuss everything in detail. Okay. Yeah, caching, yes, that is possible. So that was my question. Yeah, Kavita Yadav, it is not going to access. Double pointer will access up to only 2 levels. Okay. Take on the float pointer, there will be excess data present. No problem, it will print some 4 bytes. Integer pointer को character point send करेंगे. Integer pointer को character pointer में वही तो किया है सिद्धार्थ सोनी. नंबर 2 केस क्या है? केस नंबर 2 इंटीजर पॉइंटर ही है ना. A is containing integer address. इंटीजर पॉइंटर को कैरेक्टर में स्टोर किया. सिद्धार्थ सोनी, इंटीजर पॉइंटर को कैरेक्टर पॉइंटर में असाइन करेंगे, ये केस आएगा. ये तो केस है. Value printed by float. Yes, sir. 300, 301. That total 4 bytes combined it will print. Okay. Right. So I'm just removing. I hope you copied. Right. So we'll solve the question so that you will have a clarity. So how the questions are coming. Okay. Okay. It is not example, question. So copy this question and tell me what is the output printed. Yeah, Kavita Yadav. Okay. In that case, it will access double का जो भी इतना bytes है उतना bytes access करेगा, dereference करेगा. The double is having 8 bytes. The dereference. Remember, double pointer will also take only 4 bytes only. The size problem not there. Even if it's a double pointer होने दो, whether it is a double pointer or whether it is a function pointer or structure pointer, it can be double pointer or anything. It will take 4 bytes only. Size is only 4 bytes. Pointer means 4 bytes only. It is not a simple double, right? Pointer is there. Pointer means 4 bytes only always. But it will dereference how many bytes? 8 bytes. कविता यादव कितना बाइट्स एक्सेस करेगा 8 बाइट्स. उसके लिए साइज कितना चाहिए 4 बाइट ओनली. बिकॉज डबल के अंदर भी क्या है वो पॉइंटर है ना. पॉइंटर डिक्लेयर किया तो उसके अंदर क्या स्टोर कर रहे हैं एड्रेस. कविता यादव इज दिस क्लियर. व्हाट आई सेड इज क्लियर. right? So most of you giving right answer, right? So understand here, that's very good. So 300 will be stored in the memory. So same thing, how 300 will be stored? Okay, you are having 300. Okay, 300 ka 0th byte and first byte. Okay, so let's take the base address is 100. Okay, this is a 101. So 300 will be stored how? Okay, same lower value byte will be stored in the lower address. Okay, and higher value byte will be stored in the higher address, right? So this is the value. So 300 का binary. So मैं फिर से लिख रहा हूँ. So 0000001 and next 00101100. So this is a 300 का binary. 300 का binary stored. Okay. Lower value byte will be stored in the lower address. Higher value byte stored in the higher address. So you know this already. Already अपन discuss किया है, right? Same thing. Okay, that is about your 300 variable A, right? And next character star PTR. So PTR is a pointer variable. So PTR is a pointer variable of type character. So you are storing address of A. Address of A is what? 100. So it is pointing to what? This one. Now listen here. So actually in the character pointer you are storing address of integer. Okay, A is what? Integer. You are storing address of integer. So obviously the type problem is there. So to avoid the type problem, he is doing typecasting to character. So in a typecasting to character, so now this is treated as that address is treated as what? Character address. Now remember, because it is a character pointer, if I say ptr plus plus, if I say ptr plus plus, so how many bytes it will jump? Character pointer can jump how many bytes? Only 1 byte. So this will change to 101. So when you change 101, so this is now okay pointing to this one. And next star PTR. Now PTR is containing 101, value at the location 101, value at the location 101. How much is that? 2. You are changing it to 2. So this value, okay, this value will change to what? Okay, this value will change to 2. Okay, look at here, value at the location. Okay, star PTR, PTR mein 101 hai. Value at the location 101, change to 2. So this is the 0000010. So this value changed to 2 here, right? Next, okay, this value changed to 2. Now afterwards, you are simply saying printf %d a. देखो प्रिंट क्या कर रहा हूं मैं? a को प्रिंट कर रहा हूं. a को प्रिंट करे तो क्या होगा? सेम. Okay, it will print lower value byte stored in the lower address. Lower value byte stored in the lower address 00101100, and higher value byte stored in the higher address 0000010. Okay, so this is your A. This is your A. Look at here. So 0010. Okay, sorry. Lower value byte stored in the lower address and higher value byte stored in the higher address. Okay, A को मैं print कर रहा हूँ. That's it. 0000010. So this is your A. And convert that into okay decimal, so that becomes 556. So right, so output printed is what? 556 is answer. So convert that into decimal, so that is 556. So almost okay 70% gave right answer, so that is really good, right? Very good. Lower value byte is that one, and the second byte second what? Higher value byte changed to what? 2. Look at here. So because it is a character pointer, if I say PTR को increment करता हूँ, it will increment only 1 byte. So 100 becomes 101. So here जाके यहाँ पे जाके क्या कर रहा हूँ? I am changing the value star PTR, value at the location PTR. So changing it to 2. So ये बदल गया. Now उसके बाद मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ? मैं A को print कर रहा हूँ. A को print कर रहा हूँ. तो A को print कर रहा हूँ. Same lower value byte in the lower address, higher value byte in the higher address. Okay, look at here. So lower value byte in the lower address and higher value byte in the higher address. So this is lower value byte, this is the higher value byte. So same thing, copy kiya and convert that into okay decimal. So that becomes 556. Is that clear? Right? So this is how you need to solve. Yeah, Munib Ali, by default you would assume only Little Indian. Okay, right. So that is how you need to solve the problem, right? So I hope you understood everything. If anybody want to copy, you can copy. So let's have a break from 8 to 8:20. So let's have a break for 20 minutes. 20 minutes break, 8 p.m. to 8:20 p.m. Okay. After that, we'll continue with the void pointers. And next, we are having so many other things, function pointer and type declarations and so many other things. Okay, fine.